do you think about redistricting? I mean, do you understand what it really means to redistrict an area, draw imaginary lines around certain groups of people so that you can retain different seats in your government? Right or wrong? Well, what are your thoughts on that? I don't think it's quite right. I mean, we're supposed to be this whole big melting pot of a country. We're this big experiment, but yet I kept seeing and hearing about just pushing one area this way, one minority here this way, one rich area on this side, and we're just kind of separating ourselves. I mean, wouldn't you imagine if you're one big area separated by a river or maybe an interstate or some other major mountain, major reason to have a different area because they have different needs. And I'm looking at this, trying to figure this out. And I was actually on a redistricting committee at one time, trying to figure out a new plan because this town that I was next to was such a big growing area. They brought me in as kind of an independent third party, just look at the numbers and tell us what you think. And so we did that and it worked out pretty good, but I didn't look at any races. I didn't look at any religions or any reason other to separate people other than certain physical characteristics of the actual area. I mean, that's what I was looking at. But all right, so what we got going on is a disconnect right now, and you can definitely tell the government is not the real world at all. I mean, how can you be an employee or own a company and have a job and then just not show up to your job but still be paid and I disagree with my boss, so I'm just not going to do what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's not the real world. And you wonder why people are so disenfranchised with the government. And so right now, Trump is upset because the Senate went home for the summer, which, they're going home for the summer. I get that. But at the same time, your job is to do things and you're not doing it. But so that one I can understand. I don't like it, but I can understand it. But this thing in Texas about people basically bringing up redistricting, and the 62 House Democrats are just left the state. And they literally can be arrested if they come back to the state. I mean, it's a whole gambit. And they're out there making speeches and they're doing consent. I mean, they're just like, oh yeah, rah, rah. We're going to fight for you by doing nothing. It's like, give it a couple days. No one's going to care. And they have to stay away, and to understand this, until November. So from now, August, until November, they have to stay away. Otherwise, they'll be dragged in and stay away from the entire state, from their families, maybe another job, whatever they have, of course, day trading, but whatever the things they got going on in their lives. Or how about this, talking to constituents, the people that they actually represent. They won't be able to talk to them until November. So it's hard. But this is not the first time. Texas, 1870. They're fighting over the war that they didn't want to get into. 1979, they had a whole thing. 2003, and most recently 2021. Now there's different reasons for it, different ideologies that just didn't mesh. That they said, we're gone, we're going to leave. So it's not new to Texas. So, but I don't know. I mean, like, what else? And what else are they doing too? What else could they doing? What's on their agenda to be like, hey, no, we're just going to leave. We're just going to shut down everything. One thing they did was basically Hill County flooding. All the victims are supposed to get some funding to help them rebuild their lives. They're not going to get that because their leaders are not there. There's another thing too about consumable hemp. They're going to talk about that and whether they want to regulate that and how they want to regulate it. So that one you can kind of wait on, but what are your thoughts? Are you okay with this? Are you following this? Do you even care about Texas at all? Now, I don't live in Texas, never have, but as Texas goes, a lot of other places. So what are your thoughts? Do you live in Texas? But what are your overall thoughts about the government? Like, are you okay with people being elected to do a job? Or do you think their job is to run away from making decisions and coming to a conclusion with others that maybe they don't agree with at all? I mean, you can only disagree for so long. Anyway, put it in the comments. Let me know what you think. I'm curious. This kind of ongoing thing is probably going to be reported on every single day, but I'm just trying to look at all of the truth between lines.
Between the lines.